Hey there, and welcome to The Lab, the series where we tap into the minds and strategies of top performing EXP agents to uncover what's really working out there today. What you're about to see isn't just a great conversation, it's a sneak peek of what's inside EXP University training. All of our major training programs like Fast Cap, the Lead Generation Series, Fast Attract, and more are built by conducting dozens and dozens of these interviews. Think cutting-edge tactics, proven systems, and agent-tested strategies compiled from multiple agents on a given topic, all building into insights shared in our training and right here. Consider this your front row seat, and let's dive in. Today, it sounds like you're doing a large portion of your production using YouTube. Do you mind if I ask, where are you at on your production journey? Are we capping? Are we icon? Where are you?
Yeah, so I definitely would have capped and probably been halfway near iconing, but we just came from a different brokerage, and most of our transactions were with that brokerage. So they wouldn't allow me to transfer it.
Wow.
So I basically had to start. Yeah, so we're probably I should be capping this month, and I'm
Congrats.
confident that I'm gonna icon as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congrats. So, so that's not insignificant then. If you're getting a large portion of your production through YouTube,
I would say
and you're at that
99%. So last year we
Wow.
sold 59 homes, and I would say 99% came from YouTube.
No, so then I gotta ask, how are you doing that? Like, tell me about your channel.
So honestly, I'm a go-getter type of person. Like if something really clicks with me and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go all in. I'm an all-in type of person. Either you get a 0 of me or you get 100% of me, right? There's never any in between. So I took a YouTube class at the office, at EXP office, and I was just like, I could do this. So in 2023, the third week of January, I would never forget. I was like, I'm doing this. I'm going all in. And that's where it started. And honestly, I'm like, what is my superpower, right? Because a lot of people have superpowers. Either they're good at sports, or they could sing, or they could dance, right? And I never really truly understand. I thought my superpower was being a mom, because again, I have 6 kids, 3 biological, and we adopted 3 from foster care. So
Wow.
I thought that was my superpower, but honestly, I didn't realize that my superpower is just being authentically me, right? So you see me with the long nails, the long eyelashes, how I talk. I usually have big hoop earrings, right? And I'm just super raw, transparent, and authentic. And that's what sets me apart from so many people on YouTube. And I feel like that has a big part in why I'm super successful on YouTube. It's just I'm literally authentically myself.
Can I ask you about that? Because a lot of agents hesitate when it comes to, especially video-based formats of social media, right? I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound, kind of a thing. How was that a struggle for you at all when you got started?
No, I think what was a struggle for me is what to say type of thing, right? Like I wasn't comfortable in front of the camera at first. It took a couple of tries, and it just a consistency, right? And it wasn't until I was getting super comfortable in front of the camera that my personality just blossomed. So it was more of okay, I have to keep doing it to get in, because I was still shy. Like, I'm like, I don't really know what to say, or, and then I figured out, I was just like, I just need to be me, right? And I'm known on YouTube as the Miss I Got You girl, right? So it's so funny because remember, I'm from New York. So how I talk like, I got you, don't worry, right? So now my tagline is look no further, I got you, right? So it's just honing into those types of things, like who you are.
Yeah, it's very good, and it's getting better. So when you think about the content I assume you probably evolved over the years that you've been
Mhm.
doing this now, but tell me about today. What's a typical week of content posting on YouTube look like for you?
Okay, so I a typical week is we when I first started off, I did one video per week, right? And then I upped it to two, and then I oversaturated my channel with three videos, right? So there is a such thing as oversaturating your channel, and I didn't know that until I did it, right? So it's still where YouTube is a trial and error, and it's like, okay, so that's not working anymore, let me go back to what was working. So currently I'm back to just one video per week, and I'll up it to two, but that's going to be the max. So what happens is that once you're consistent in posting the videos, YouTube is going to give you YouTube analytics, right? And it's going to show you what time your audience is on YouTube, right? What days you a recommended day on when you should submit your video online.
For dropping it, they'll tell you it's better if you do it this for your audience. Okay,
Correct.
and I'm curious. You're doing one video per week. What's the video typically? What's the content?
It's so we do I say we because my husband is my videographer, but we do home tours. I love home tours. I mean personally, I don't want to sit behind a desk. Like I like being boots on the ground. I like building relationships with like the new builder agents and things like that, right? Because then I'm their go-to, like, hey Alexis, this home just came on back on the market, right? Or I'm like, when I speak to clients, I know, hey, I think this floor plan is going to work perfect for you. I already saw it, right? I already toured it. So all our homes, for the most part, all of our videos is new it's home tours.
Okay, and I was going to ask you, are these like new home constructions? Are they just listings? Are they your listings or somebody else's?
So both. It's a combination, right? I have to honestly be super passionate about the house, right? It has to make sense for me, and I have to feel like I do homes that I think other people are gonna like, but I have to like it myself, right? So I'm not gonna tour a home that has carpet everywhere, laminate countertops, and it's just like the house down the street has really nice porcelain, floors with with quartz countertops and things like that, right? So I have to be super passionate, because if not, you're going to see it through my videos. So we
Hmm.
normally do brand new homes or remodeled resales that look good, or our listings.
Okay. All right. And more often than not, is it one of those or just a weird mix, whatever's available?
More often than not, is going to be just brand new homes. So in Central Florida, we have so many different like cities and suburbs and things like that, right? So I
Yeah.
personally, where I live, we have so many new construction, right? But I'm not scared to travel. So I travel an hour and a half to somewhere that's called Ocala. And the reason why I do that is because I want to give people content that's super appealing, and I know that YouTube is going to push out my videos. So Ocala is very appealing because it's affordable new construction, right? It's in an
Hmm.
area, most where I tour, it's in an area where there's no HOA, and it's on bigger lots, right? So the houses are not on top of each other. So I try to cater to my audience in that sense of picking appealing houses and locations.
I was going to ask you. I know some agents who do YouTube. They make it a point to choose higher end homes for that kind of clickbait. Are you choosing homes in your normal sales price point, or are you picking homes that are slightly elevated for the visual impact?
I do both, right? So when I was doing, so I love that you asked me that question, because when I oversaturated my channel was because I was doing three videos per week, and I wanted to add luxury into that, right? Because what happens is
Mm.
that once you start off in, like, let's just say, I don't know, a 350, $400,000 price point. Once you getting into the millions, it's no longer the same audience, right? So it's like, okay, I can't just go cold turkey and do luxury. I have to sprinkle it in. But at the same time, it was just oversaturated with too many videos on my channel. So what I will do is that Ocala is my bread and butter, right? I know that I'm gonna have business in Ocala, so Ocala is a must at least once a week. And then the second video, I start incorporating other areas like Davenport, Haines City, and then if I feel like a luxury house in Winter Garden or things like that. But YouTube tends to box you in a little bit in the sense of, hey, this is what you've been posting. If you post anything new, right, it doesn't do as well. You just have to keep at it with the consistency.
Okay. And so it sounds like then you're just posting and kind of with the expectation when they're ready to use your services, they're going to raise their hand and reach out. Is there some step in between where you're waiting for a signal and when you see it, that's your opportunity?
No, honestly, everything is inbound, right? So we have either their booking time on my calendar, or they're calling us, or they're emailing us. And there's just so many people. So we're about to hit 11,000 subscribers. So it's just so many people that there's no telling on, okay, what video did they calling from? Because sometimes it's just like, I've been following you for so long, right? But it just ends up, the more time that you do this and the more consistent you are with it is where you're gonna just start gaining those really solid leads. Because when I first started, my first deal in 2023 wasn't until 5 months later from YouTube. And then that's when I started being consistent. So my first year in 2023 is where I started, and I did 14 deals.
Okay.
And then it
And
went
so
up
you
to
started in 2023 doing YouTube
Mhm.
and you got 14 deals from YouTube in 2023. And
Yes,
I'm imagining it was not like this, but it was probably more of a hockey stick toward the end of the year. Is that right?
correct.
And so I'm curious about that because we're all human. Self-doubt creeps in. Video is hard enough for people. So to be doing videos and not seeing any results can be a little discouraging. How long from when you first started posting to you got your first deal? Did you say 5 months?
5 months
5 months
until
off of that.
my closed deal.
How many times did you quit in that 5 month period?
And I would be lying if I said this shit don't work, right? Like, there's nobody calling me, or there were people calling me, but they were calling about Section 8 or renting and things. I'm no lie, right? And it just wasn't the quality leads that I was looking for. But I was like, you know what? I said that I was gonna go all in, and I'm just going to continue to get better and do better. And yeah, then it just started rolling in, because sometimes people quit too early, right, when they're
Yeah.
just about to break the ground, right? And there was no quitting involved for me. I knew that I started having fun with it. Even within those 5 months, I started having fun. I'm like, okay, honestly, I knew nothing about Ocala, to be very honest with you. I was like, and that's where the doubt comes in. That's when I feel like a fraud, right? Because I'm like, I don't live in Ocala. I don't know Ocala. What the heck? But I'm that type of person that I have to immerse myself in the area, in the downtown, to really truly be able to talk about it, right? And so that's what we did. We took the kids. We went to Grandpa Joe's candy shop in downtown Ocala. We went to the equestrian center, right? So that I can talk about it. I'm like, hey, you guys need to go to the equestrian center. It's free, right? Things like that. And I feel good talking about it, and it doesn't feel fake. I can't fake the funk. Like, that's one thing
Yeah.
about me, that I can't fake the funk. Like, I gotta feel it, and I gotta know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think it's interesting when I talk to several YouTube agents. Sue and Kim comes to mind. He moved from California to Austin, didn't know the area at all, and kind of let everybody learn with him as he learned, and just kind of kept the camera rolling, so to speak. When you talk about 11,000 subscribers, how did that happen?
Oh my gosh. So honestly, the turning point, and I would never forget this, right? So I'm like, okay, how can I, because in my office, there's so many people on YouTube and in Ocala, right? So I'm like, how am I going to separate myself from these people? And not only being myself, right? But I need to take it to the next level. So I'm like, how do I learn, right? Like, I'm a very visual person. Like, you could talk to me and you can explain something to me, it's going on one ear and out the other. Like, I visually need to see it to understand it. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I bought a whiteboard. I will never forget this. I bought a whiteboard and I brought it with me to Ocala, and I had a showing that day. But I was like, you know what? We got there early because I wanted to record. We recorded this house. It was priced at $250,000, brand new, on a half of an acre, no HOA, right? So, but mind you, there was rugs everywhere. There was laminate countertops, but I loved the price and I loved that it was on half of an acre and no HOA. So I ended up grabbing my my whiteboard, and I broke down, okay, what does a down payment on an FHA look like? What does closing costs look like? Okay, let's talk about conventional loan. Let's talk about VA, USDA. That, oh my gosh, people ate it up. So now I call it Monarch School of Real Estate. So Monarch School of Real Estate, I'm okay, here's this is the purchase price. There's no HOA, no CDD. We talk about a FHA. We talk about down payment. What are closing costs? Okay, closing costs are usually between 3 to 4% of the purchase price. Here, this is your cash to close. What is a cash to close, right? Homeowners insurance. What does taxes look like? But I always say, hey guys, I always start off with the video saying I'm not a licensed lender or a licensed tax appraiser. So the numbers on this board are solely estimates to give you a better idea. But that's what has set myself apart from all of the other agents. And that video went viral.
Okay. Interesting. And aside from that video, other videos that you've had that just kind of helped to bring in those 11,000 folks?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say a lot of the videos where it's just, it's still me learning. Videos are, my husband's phone is shaking because we started off with the iPhone recording, right? And I'm whispering because I'm still, nervous when there's builders agents in the house and things like that. It was literally just an accumulation of being me, keep going, keep just pushing out the videos, and people just fall in love with you. People do fall in love with you, and it's just so many beautiful houses, so many just the consistency of the houses. So you keep putting the videos out, you're gonna get the views, you're gonna start getting the subscribers. But I always say that too, is that don't get hung up on the vanity metrics, right? Because there are some videos where, like, let's just say maybe it would, I don't know, 1,500 views, and I'm just like, well, most of my videos get 8,000, right? But sometimes those are the videos where you literally get a deal. Like, somebody will call you, they'll be like, this is the video I saw, I'm ready. And I've closed so many deals like that.
Okay, cool. Um, would you want to show us your channel, your YouTube
Oh,
channel?
sure.
Do you see the little in the control bar down at the bottom? There's a little thing that says present. If you click on that, you can share your screen, and then I'll put it up on the thing. I'd be curious to see the channel. Have you tell us about the setup of it, and then also too, you mentioned your YouTube analytics. Um, I watched Hallie McCrory share her analytics with me, and it was a masterclass on understanding who her audience was and what worked for her. Do you find looking at your analytics, you get a lot out of them?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right.
Can you
So
see my channel?
I can, yeah. Well, give me a nickel tour.
All right. This is my baby. YouTube is my baby. Okay. So we have the banner here, which we've changed multiple times just to kind of, refresh. So this is a lot of people in my channel watch from their TV. And so
Mhm.
this is why we have the QR code here, right? So when I'm talking, I'm like, hey, if you guys take out your phone, I know you're watching me on TV. All you have to do is open your camera, um, face the camera to the QR code, and then it's my a link is gonna pop up, and then you're actually in my calendar, right? So on the left, I have new videos every week because I'm very consistent and I do new videos every week. I already set that precedence on what to expect. Evolve Estates is my brand, so the butterfly. And then we have Central Florida Advisor, new construction, resale homes, and investment opportunities. So right here, when somebody comes to my channel, I want them to know right off the bat what my channel is about.
Gotcha. Okay. I like the QR code there for your Calendly link, and I see the Calendly link in your bio as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right here. So I've seen where a lot of realtors have links to their Instagram, their TikTok, their Facebook. All you need is the link to your calendar because you already have them in one platform. There's no need to bring them to another social media platform. You need to put them in your calendar. That's where they need to go. So that's the only link that you'll see here.
Okay.
And then just the description basically is kind of like what we do, right? Subscribe now. I don't really think a lot of people really look into the description, but it's here just in case somebody wants to.
Yeah, good for keywording as well,
Exactly.
for the channel and search results. Now,
Exactly.
Alexis, I see the shorts, lives, playlists, and I didn't ask you. Um, when you think about how you leverage YouTube, are you doing short form, long form, both? I see, 33 minutes, 26 minutes, 27 minutes. Are you also doing, you mentioned that you do the lives. By the way, how you said you go live every Sunday. How long are you live?
For an hour,
Okay. And
sometimes an
then
hour and a half.
sometimes an hour and a half. And then are you also doing shorts as well?
So for a time we were doing shorts, but there was kind of a mixed audience, right? Because honestly, a lot of the people who are watching the long form content are not watching the shorts. So it's mixed
Okay.
audience, and my views weren't doing great. So we adjusted, and we haven't posted a short in quite some time. We are going to start posting shorts again just to kind of see what it does now. And again, and like I said in the very beginning, YouTube is still a trial and error. Like you see what works, what doesn't. If something's working, perfect. If something's not working, you're gonna be like, okay, hey, what did I change, right? Let's go back to the beginning, or let's try this. And so it's never just a one and done.
Okay. Now, so we're looking at your video stripes. Anything I'm noticing that the thumbnail images are all the kind of front of the home. Have you experimented with other types of thumbnails and found lessons in that?
Absolutely. So what we are doing is if it's a house that, like, for example, this house right here, the inside a new custom near Ocala, it doesn't need anything else. I think it's a perfect picture. We My editor sharpens the photo. Sometimes they'll put like more grass, more trees in the back, right? But you don't need anything like that. And as you can see, this was 3 weeks ago and it has 8.3 thousand views, which is really good. So if it's a pretty nice thumbnail like this, I won't put any wording on it, right? So for example, this one is the one we just posted yesterday. Now this house, for me, I'm like, I don't see a lot of people clicking into this house. There's nothing like, oh my gosh, I want to see what's in this house. Therefore, I'll add the price because the price is enticing. So we just do the 299 500, really bold white lettering, and we're good. Um, but me personally, I'm very strategic, as I said, in the houses that I'm showing, right? It has to look good. I have to be passionate about it. So as you can see right here, this has 8.1 thousand views 4 weeks ago, and it's just beautiful. It has a 3-car garage. It's just super sharp. the colors are vibrant, and it has done really, really well. So this is what I always encourage agents to do is you want to choose properties that are going to be enticing for other for your viewership. So I want to show you something. So when I go down here, right, this is kind
Okay.
of the era where we were oversaturating the channel. So no, for the most part, the videos that always do the best are going to be my Ocala videos. Every time I go somewhere else, it'll still do good, but it won't do as great as the other areas. So for example, this is Winter Garden, Florida. It did 2.9 thousand views. This one was in St. Cloud. It did 1.6, right? So one other thing that I want to mention is that a lot of these cookie cutter homes, right, by the bigger builders, their exterior is just plain, right? So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, I need to add something here to be able to entice someone to click in the video. As you can, so I want to show you kind of like the evolution of it too. So down here, right? So this is actually what we did here. We did the front of the house for this home right here. It wasn't nothing extraordinary, but the back of the house was really, really nice. So this is actually a picture of the back of the house where you have two stairs. You have the pool in between the stairs, and you have the upstairs terrace, right? And as you can see, the colors in the thumbnail are just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, again, we're constantly just testing things out, right? So we're like, okay, if I put my photo in the thumbnail, is it going to do any better? No, not necessarily, right? So I don't necessarily need my photo in the thumbnail because it doesn't do anything better. But I want to show you something really quick. So again, we're constantly testing out things. So this one it did pretty good for it being an outside of Ocala. This was like hurricane ready, right? Because of the way they
Mhm.
built the homes. But I want to show you, oh no, this one did the best. So this hurricane proof home, it has 20,000 views in 7 months, which is pretty good. But I let me show you where we first. So here we go. Even though these videos did really well, so we just put too much on the title, the thumbnails. As you can see, we did 287. We did no HOA, right? It's just too much going on here. Very just oversaturated thumbnails. This one is still maybe one of my number one videos, 89,000 views 11 months ago. People are still watching this video. And that's what I love about YouTube, because it's constantly lead generating for me in my sleep, right? So people are still watching these old videos. This was 68,000 in Ocala. But I want to show you, see, here we go. These are super colorful. We were, this is a year ago. We were just trying to figure it out. What are we, what do we want to do? What is working for us? What is not? So we went away from all of this super colorful thumbnails and just more of a clean look now. And I'll
Oh,
have, what separates me from two is that I have my kids in there. So as you can see, my daughter is in there. I'll have my kids a part of our videos as well.
yeah. What strikes me too is that when you don't do heavy graphics, you can also speed up production time. You said your husband is your videographer. I'm assuming he's also your editor.
No, he's
How,
not my editor. So my
okay.
editor is in he's in Colombia.
Okay. Like a Fiverr type service or something like that.
No, he just works solely for me, and it was the universe on how we connected, and he's been with me going on 2 years now.
That's amazing. So, in Fiverr and other websites, they have placement with people who can do editorial and things of that nature. Um, and just out of curiosity, what do you pay your person to do your editing?
So for my editor right now, we have, just because we were doing so many videos. I pay about a thousand a month,
Okay.
which is
Have
not
you
bad at all.
no, have you looked into AI like an Opus Clip or captions or anything like that?
I've looked into it, right? But those are just very generic for me. I'm very particular in the way I like things, and he just gets it. And I wouldn't trade him for an AI tool.
Cool. And I was asking about metrics, and you talked about YouTube analytics. So when you look at your site from a metrics standpoint, what do you look at? What do you see, and what do you do as a result of that?
Okay. So I am on the channel dashboard, right? And so I'm basically, so this is right, this section right here is always going to show you your latest video, right? So I just posted this video last night, and it's going to show me rankings by views, but I'm not concerned about this, right? So this is just views rankings based on your last 10 videos. And so it's saying that it's 7 out of 10, which is okay. I'm not worried about it. But what the number what you always want this to be is you want it between 7 and 10%. But what happens is that sometimes, so this impressions click-through rate is basically telling you how good your thumbnail is, right? Your thumbnail and your title. And so this is perfect, 8.4%. Normally it starts off higher, and then as the days go by, it'll start decreasing little by little by little, which is normal. But you want this between a 7 to 10%. Now, if you come here and you say, if you see that this is a 3% or over 4%, it's most likely your title or your thumbnail, and you should change it. So this is the percentage that I'm always looking at. Now over here is basically going to give you your channel analytics, and it's always going to go by the last 28 days. So as you can see, we have 10,915 subscribers. We gained 316 in the last 28 days. So it's showing that my views are typically 62.8 to 85.4 thousand views. Right now is 60.9. And that's okay. We just had a holiday, right? So graduations and all of that, that's not a big deal. But it's always going to go based on your last 28 days, and it's going to reference that. So we also get paid for YouTube, and so the estimated revenue is about $471. And as you can see, my typical range is 460 to 680, which is pretty cool, right? Because I'm going to post videos regardless of not if I get paid via YouTube or not. So to get paid, okay, I love that.
That's funny. How, just out of curiosity, how much are you making off of a typical video?
So for a typical video, it's not as much as the accumulation of the video. Like it's the accumulation of each video is where I get to be between lately it's been between $400 to $500 for the month for 4 videos.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this is the channel analytics. So looking good, your channel got about the same number of views as usual, right? So I'm always looking at this. So there was a time where, like I said, we oversaturated our channel, and I'm just like, man, the views are much. I'm not getting as many viewers. I'm not getting as many subscribers. What do we think it is? So my husband and I were just kind of sat down together, and we were like, I think it's really the oversaturation, the too many videos per week. And so that's where we just kind of went back to the drawing board, and we were like, let's go back to the basics, and we just started the 1 video per week.
Okay.
So I wanted to just show you, so this content is going to show you basically where your key moments for audience retention, where they're still watching at the 30-second mark. You're going to have like basically your top moments, so that you could see the graph, right? How viewers found your video. So a lot of the times is through the browse feature and suggested videos, but mostly for me is the browse feature. And then if I up to audience, it's going to show me, okay, these are the channels my audience watches, when my viewers are on YouTube. So they're on YouTube pretty much all day Sunday, right? From what, 2 to the night. And then Mondays at 8 p.m. is where I put my video up on YouTube. But as you can see, so once you're consistent, YouTube is you're gonna have this right here to kind of give you an idea of a recommendations on when your people are on and when you should post. So
Okay.
to my right, and this is how I know where my people are watching me from. So device type, TV. Most of the 78% of the people are watching me on TV. And this is
Yes.
why I say that the shorts are don't do as well on my channel, is because most of the people are watching me on TV, and those people don't watch short form videos, right? And if you come down here, you'll see where it has top geographics, United States, Puerto Rico, Brazil, United Kingdom, and it'll kind of have an age range too. So it looks like for me, male, I guess I'm attracted to more males on my channel. And
Interesting.
yeah, and then the age 55 to 64 for the most part, which is it's a good blend, right? But yeah, I guess I attract more of older folks, but I still have like younger clients as well.
Isn't that interesting? It's funny because I'm when we were talking with another agent, when you looked at her demographics, it was her, right? It was same age group, gender, that was her tribe. I'm curious, when you look at this demographic, is this the demographic of people moving into your area? Is that why it is what it is?
Yeah, I guess when you put when I think about it like that, yeah, I would say that more people who are trying to retire are moving to the Ocala area. So yeah, I would say yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And when you look at this information, how has that changed, or has it, your content creation?
It hasn't, to be very honest with you. I guess I keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm still getting the business. So I don't, me personally, I don't care if I'm helping a 25-year-old or 80-year-old, right? I'm still helping people evolve, and I'm just being consistent in what I'm doing. So it's not until I feel like, okay, there's something needs to change, that's when I'm basically like, okay, what do I need to do to kind of pivot. But as far as this is concerned, I there's no pivoting when it comes to this.
Okay, that's awesome.
Want to
Thank
see
you for
anything
sharing
else?
this. What's that?
Did you want to see? Oh, I just want to show you kind of just so that you have an idea. So these are my lives, right? And so it's basically, we've been doing it since I want to say last August. And as you can see, we're evolving in our thumbnails for the live as well. Just kind of, and again, this is not necessarily to have leads or gain leads from the live, right? It literally is to build community and for people to have a chance to basically ask me questions, get to know me a little bit better. There was one person who was like, "Man, I feel like you're in my living room right now, and we're just like talking and drinking coffee together, right?" And that's what I want. That's what I want to bring.
Yeah, the thing that I've heard from a lot of YouTube agents, because of the intimate nature of videos, if they walk into a listing appointment or buyer consultation, and people act like they've known them forever. Has that been your experience?
Oh yeah, all the time. It gets a little like I want to throw up when people do like they impersonate me and what I do in my videos, right? Like, oh, I already know, you already know what needs to go on that wall, 100-inch minimum TV, right? Things like that, and I'm just like I want to like throw up. So, but yeah, it's so much fun. It's great when there's really like, I don't need to sell myself, right? Because I'm just who I am, right? You chose to reach out to me because you saw that there was a connection with me. And don't get me wrong, there are still people who reach out who are still not committed to only you and things like that, right? But that's where it's super cool that you end up being able to work with whoever you want to work with.
And you're amazing. Thank you for doing this with us. We
Thank
really
you. I
appreciate it.
appreciate it.